Me Foolie.
Yeah.
One of four hosts. My name is Ecleso. Pleasure being with us. This is episode 1. Cheers for episode 1. We made it. We made it. We made it. And though there are currently 0 people watching this at this moment in time,
Tragic.
we did make it, man. How y'all feeling, man? Happy Easter, man.
Oh, happy Easter.
Easter.
Post Easter, yeah.
Post Easter, yes. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, how you feeling? What'd you do? What was the Easter fit, bro?
Wait, hold up.
Yes.
Before we do that,
Hold
we
up.
got to introduce ourselves.
Yes.
You only introduced yourself. Let's get it popping in the right way. You feel me?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, are we gonna do ourselves?
My leprechaun to my right.
that's
yes,
crazy.
Sir. Oh my. Yes, sir. My name is Brian Altamar. I don't. Yeah.
Stylish.
Stylist.
Stylist extraordinaire.
For sure.
What else? Talk to them.
What else? Let's say fashion expert, men's streetwear. We'll talk a little bit more about that. On my second left, we got cousin Ricky.
Cousin Ricky. Well, Nehemiah. Most people, they know me as Nehemiah, but Cousin Ricky online. So that's me. I'm a rapper from South Florida, North Miami to be specific. We out here. This is
Nando, originally from the Bay, Cali,
That's right.
but been here now almost 9 years.
fire.
I think
Hopefully staying.
Hopefully staying. We'll see.
What's your go-to Bay dance?
What's my go-to Bay
Gotta
dance?
sneeze.
The sneeze?
The
Oh my God.
It's my sneeze. But
man.
out here just for the vibes. Got a background in a lot of music.
Let's go.
I love it.
Yes, sir. Excited.
Damn.
Tell
Excited.
us a little bit about yourself, Ecleso. You only told us your name.
Man, I just want to say this, man. These guys are the truth. Love these guys. Everybody here is someone that I respect their character. I respect what they got to say. I respect who they are. And you are going to grow to love them as much as I do. So, man, W's in the chat. All right, we got some people in here. Shout out Ben Rodriguez.
Oh, shout out Ben Rodriguez.
Hey.
Ricky in the room. You already know. He in the room.
Yes, sir.
Hey, show off the new braids, bro. Pull the hat up.
Oh, it's a little dusty right now. I had a long day at work, but
Dang,
You see that? Oh, that's clean.
Sheesh.
it's not Jim Jones yet.
Man.
Clean.
It's not Jim Jones yet.
shout out my mom. She braided it for me.
Shout out, Mom.
That's the goat right there.
I love it.
Shout out, Moms, man. But yeah, man, welcome to Talk To Me Foolie, man. We're going to be talking about a lot of fun subjects, a lot of some serious, some not so serious, but all in all, it's going to be fire. W Moms, for sure.
Sure.
You already kind of talked about it, the Easter. How was everyone's Easter?
Well, yeah, how was everyone's Easter?
It was good. Ours started Friday. We had a Good Friday concert that we do at Broward Church. That's
Wow.
where we go. So if you're in Davie, slide.
That's right.
It was good. I played drums. It's the first time I played that many songs in a long time.
How many times did you mess up?
A good amount. Well, not like that, but I feel like they couldn't tell, but I could tell. You know,
But he was
like,
gonna ask how many songs.
Go straight to the
times
mess
did
ups.
you mess up?
Yeah.
How many songs? How many songs?
Probably like 15.
Damn!
Whoa.
Yeah, it was just
That's not a concert. That's a marathon.
It's a festival.
But it was like some snippets of some and like
You know, worship, there's 6 minutes each song.
bro.
That's
crazy.
facts.
6, 7
real.
minute songs.
But it was good. But it was good. So we did that, and then Sunday we had 2 services. I think it's the most we ever had. We had open people in the wing, so it was cool, or in a different building.
Wow.
But sermon was fire, really good. I felt like it was very convicting. Even though like sometimes how you get used to hearing maybe the same things on Easter or things like that. I felt like it was convicting. So
That's great.
The stream wasn't played at the wrong time, was it?
this year, ouch.
Nah, you
Ouch.
wrong for that.
Oh, wrong?
Wait, I missed that. What's that? I think you talking about this or what? Or
No, at your church.
Oh, that's an inside joke. Shane. Shout out to Shane, bro.
Shout out Shane, man.
Thank
Yes.
you. But yeah, that was mine. It was good.
I always think about how parking was, especially in Easter. Was it prepared? Did people do?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I feel like it was good.
Nice.
Well, actually, I don't even know because I was there at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. and I wasn't outside, so I don't know what's happening.
Yo, parking was horrendous for us. We, like, our church is by
For you specifically, or for like in general?
just in general.
Okay, because I got there early, so I
Yeah,
wouldn't
so if
know.
you got there early, you were good. But if you showed up on time, you was cooked. Because we're our church is by like a lot of Section 8 housing. Yeah, our church is by a lot of Section 8 housing, so it's like
Street parking is
So is it
bad.
street
Yeah.
parking. Like you're cooked.
Do you
And
have to pay for street parking now?
No,
No,
At least
it's by
you got-
Section 8 housing.
Well,
You
that's
gotta pay for
true.
anything.
Yeah.
we have a little parking lot, but it's really
bad.
small.
Yeah.
So once some like 4 or 5 cars are in there, it's like
It's cooked.
yeah,
You got one service, two services.
Once-
one service.
You should talk about the thing that you guys do. I don't think anyone. I've never heard of anyone do that, like the race.
The
Yeah,
dash.
talk about the dash.
Me?
Yeah,
you
talk about
DJ'd
the
it?
dash. You DJ too, playing Michael Jackson.
Oh, what's wrong with Michael Jackson?
On Easter.
You are not
Yo,
alone.
wildin'.
Sing it.
Talk about it.
No. That's it. That's all they getting. That's all they getting.
Sing it.
What's the dash?
So the dash is a color run, right? So we get a bunch of different age group kids to pretty much just run through a field, collect eggs, and while they're collecting eggs, we have these people called runners just throwing powder, colored powder at the kids. And yeah, it's super fun, and it could get hostile really quick. Because when kids start getting a hold of the powder,
Oh, yeah,
they start going after the
Game over,
adults.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's super fun. It's just like
Do the kids know that the powder's coming, or is it
yes,
Like, okay.
so they know, but you know, it's just
A little kid in a suit.
the first time I didn't participate at the first time, but I can imagine the first time they had no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
Now we have videos and pictures, so they come and they're like, "Oh, I can't wait to get splattered with powder!" Like, but before I can't imagine just like what is the dash? Like, what's that?
Right.
But this is like our 3rd or 4th year doing it. So you know, we got toddlers and we have like 4 to 7 year olds, 8 to 10, and then we have some older kids that like to participate.
Is that in the parking lot, or is that something?
No, so we ran out a park.
Oh wow.
We ran out a park.
This is on Saturday.
So on Saturday. Okay.
We ran out a park, and we just set it up in that way. We get a bunch of flags and stuff. We poke them in the ground to mark different areas for the kids to.
He said, imagine getting an egg and just getting pelted by powder.
No, facts. That's literally what's happened.
The golden egg.
Yeah,
That's literally what's happening.
So my son got to do it. There was,
Yeah.
Oh wow.
There was like a toddler
Oh, that's
thing.
so cool.
And
Was this his first time doing it? He did it last
like
year.
he did it last year, but like he was barely 1 last year.
Yeah.
So like he wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like picking up that, but this year he was actually like grabbing eggs, and he was killing it. Then he opened one egg, and there was like a slinky, and he was just like, "I'm locked in on this slinky." What is-"
Oh.
And I was like, "Son, log back in." So we kept going. It was fun. Like I really enjoyed it. Like
It's super fun,
the
man.
only thing I didn't like for the toddlers, I mean, I get it. They're toddlers, so they're not gonna make them run. They just had it then in the circle, and it was there. But I was like, dang, it would have been if they made it where you had to run to something, my son would have been first.
Yeah.
This man
So
is competitive
so-
for his, not only for himself, but for his son.
Hey, my son is competitive.
That's right.
I don't know where he gets it from, but that boy competitive.
You don't know where he
We
gets it
all,
from?
we all know where he gets.
Yeah, wild.
Nah, Nevy's competitive too.
Is she?
Not as much.
Yeah, maybe in different
She became
ways.
competitive.
I mean, he
Probably because of you.
Yeah.
He's an actual athlete who competed.
But it was fun. It's very, very family-friendly. We got to meet people in the community.
Yeah, that's the best part. Is just being able to meet people in the community, have them come out and just see Jesus, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you guys.
Wait, real quick.
Did you-
He didn't say his son. Your Easter.
Oh yeah.
Fall gang.
No, you can. So Saturday we had also a Easter egg drop. We had 2 helicopters drop 15,000 eggs
What?
to the football field.
Golly.
Yeah. I think it was 15,000.
What?
On a football field?
On a
What?
football
What?
field, yeah.
What field were you in?
Charles Hadley Park.
Where's that?
In Alapata.
You guys know where that is.
Yeah. So we're in there. So same thing. It was our biggest outreach. I think it's probably 7,000 people, and so It's a really big outreach. Yeah.
How do you market that?
I think because now that we have 4 locations, I think just to spreading it in all locations, but also because our main focus is like reaching out to the community. We have like I Love My City, like an outreach team that will hand out pamphlets.
Like door to door?
Yeah, exactly. In surrounding neighborhoods. So that helps out a lot. But I think the biggest thing is it's all 4 of our locations in one place, So that's when you see a lot more people than you usually do.
What church do you go to, if you don't mind me asking?
VU Church. I go to VU Church. And so we've been going there for 5 years now. Blessings everywhere, right? So I think the reason why we count is because people count. And so it was our biggest outreach on Sunday as well. As you know, it's our Super Bowl for us as Christians. And so we had, in the Miami Gardens location, which is the location I go to, we had 5,500 people show up, which is...
Are you guys still meeting
That's
at
crazy.
School?
Yeah.
Yeah, they still meet there.
That's the city location.
Golly.
Yep.
But the school goes on during the week?
No, so it's a magnet school, and so during the week we have a contract with them. So on the weekends, specifically Sunday, and then sometimes Wednesday nights when we have like team conferences, rallies, and
It's
stuff
interesting.
like
I wonder how they make that work.
that. Everything's load in and load out. So there's a whole load in team, a whole load out team.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's a whole production.
And the service was good?
Amazing. I think one of the things that Pastor Rich is super good at is not faking it. It's about just saying, hey, this is CEO Christians. They're probably one time coming to church. We want you to know what the good news is, but we also want you to know that this is the only time that you should be going to church. So he translated that well to not just give conviction, but to also have a reality check. And I think he translated that well. So we had 3 extra services than we usually do per location. So it was great.
That's great. I miss service because I was
Really?
I was helping out with the kids ministry.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so you got...
Those kids are wild.
How many more kids were there this time?
So for my specific, I take care of the 7 to 10 year olds. We only had about like 3 more kids, but the rest of the classes
Packed.
ridiculously
I
packed.
know the toddlers is packed.
Bro, toddlers and 4 to 6. There's like 20 some kids in the 4 to 6.
How is it broken up?
It's 4 to 6, 7 to 10,
The lower than that.
2 to 3,
Okay.
and then 0 to 2.
My son just graduated. He's in the
2 to
2
3.
to 3 now. It was his first week, then 2 to 3.
Wow. So
Yeah.
wait, how does a 0 to 2 work? How young is 0? Like 3 months?
Well, it depends on when you want to put your baby in
Sure.
the
Feel
class, but when you feel comfortable. But they take them as I think small as like 3 months, 4
Wow.
months. Yeah, if the parent is comfortable.
Random question on that. When did you start introducing your babies to the world?
Oof, day 1.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I'm pretty...
Like you took him out and like let people hold him?
I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
Yeah, I was a little. I'm glad you elaborated because I was a little confused.
Yeah,
Well, because I feel like, so we have 2 couples that are friends of ours, and one feels like they're a little bit more like just gonna wait for
Standoffish.
them, Obviously, I think
not.
vaccines and stuff, but then the other one was like, yeah, look, hold them. This is how you hold, because we're thinking about starting our family and stuff like that. So we're like, yeah, hold a baby. This is how you burp and this.
Yeah.
But so I don't know how like.
I want to hear from you too. Do you want me to go first or you want to
You go first.
I think for us, we already spearheaded the conversations beforehand. Say, hey, what are we going to do, right? And I think for us, we're in agreement. Okay, the first, I want to say 3 months, we were like, okay, you know what? Like, it's just going to be us, family, all that, right? Because babies are more accessible to...
Susceptible.
Susceptible.
Not successful?
Successful.
They are successful.
They are successful.
They won.
Yeah.
Susceptible.
That's right.
Made it to here.
All things
Susceptible.
Successful. To obviously getting sick and viruses and all that. So there is a precaution that all parents should have. And so for us, we were out of body or out of home people. So like we too were like, where do we go?
Yeah.
So we were still going out, but like very secluded. Like we'll go out to eat, but like just on the outside, just us two, stuff like that. But people touching, I would say, I think it was probably like 2 months in, and we didn't let anyone touch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how protective I was gonna be.
You were very.
Super protective, man.
Yeah.
Super protective.
I mean, I got to hold him. But
We so we didn't put him into like kids service until he was over
6
over,
months.
It was over 9 months.
Yeah.
I think he was already
Wow.
walking.
Okay.
Yeah, we waited till he was like walking, so like 10, 11 months.
Okay.
Yeah, we waited a long time. And you
that
know,
trauma.
that was a decision we made as a family, you know.
Why is he smiling when he says it? Yeah.
My face. Talk to me fully.
No,
Maybe
I'll be honest.
That was an issue we talked
I
to
was-
as
I was-
a Clesso.
No, I would have put him in sooner.
Oh, word.
Yeah, I would have put him in canvas sooner because for me it was more like we going to church, you holding the baby the whole time, you're not really receiving. You know what I'm saying? You're not really
Focus
tapped
on the
in. Like we're not tapped in at all. Like we're locked in on, you know what I'm saying, on the baby. So, you know, Nevi was more like I just want to, you know, keep him. I'm scared. You know how it is, your first baby.
Yeah.
And like I can feel that too, because even though I was saying like, yeah, let's put him in early, I was like, in my heart, I was like, I don't want to put him in early.
Yeah.
As far as just like letting people hold him, man, we didn't let anybody who wasn't family or that we considered family hold him till he was like, till he was over 1.
Over 1. Wow. Okay. So.
Like if I didn't consider you family, you weren't holding him.
Okay. And then so when you let someone.
I mean, that's still kind of now. like if I don't conceive you, I'm not gonna let you hold them.
So when you let people hold them, were you also like, hey, like we just don't kiss them in the cheek?
Oh yeah, like you weren't allowed to kiss him at all. You know, like no, actually even now, like you really still not allowed to kiss him.
I see. Yeah.
Like, yeah, like that's just kind of how we roll. Like it's just germs. You know what I'm saying?
Are you that way or no?
Nope.
Yeah.
I think for us, we were like, just like, okay, you know what? I think some of it came from the idea, like, hey, like, it was our first time parents as well, and we're kind of learning from it. We are also in the side of like, okay, people want to show support, so like, okay, they want to relieve us too. So we're like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna let you hold him. I don't think there was any like strict boundaries when it came down to after like month 3. You're like, okay, you know what? Like, we actually didn't even go the vaccine route. Hot.
I was gonna ask you guys, both of y'all.
So you,
Yeah.
so you don't believe in vaccines?
So okay,
Whoa.
I was
Straight
vaccinated.
up.
So let's say this to set the tone. I was vaccinated. I also took my the COVID shots, and so vaccines, I should say. And so going into that, doing a little bit more research, my biggest hesitation with vaccines now is I feel like there's so much of them in such a small period of time that we see that ironically there's been a lot more autism spikes. And I'm not saying it's because of COVID shots or just more vaccine shots, but it is kind of coincidental that autism is at an all-time high when there's more vaccines than ever for a child. So back then, 90s was 8 shots. Now it's like 18 shots.
I heard it was more. I think it's more.
Probably more.
Because apparently, like, it's like, I was, again, talking with friends. It's like 2 or 3 dosages, but they're like, they have multiple.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
Times, yeah. And truthfully, like, I think what kind of like shifted our mentality as well is one of our close friends, their child has autism, and they told us straight. I was like, you know what? I don't want to swing your judgment, but we think that he ended up getting autism because of the shots.
That's
And
a
there's-
crazy correlation.
And they're pretty honest about it. I was like, man, like that comes from the first experience, you know, like or how do I say?
First-hand experience, yeah.
First-hand experience.
So
And
but at some point, he does need some vaccines, no?
So ironically,
most
no.
important.
You can go what's called a religious route, and you if any like documentations for school or anything like that, you could just say it's for religion purposes.
What about like chicken pox? You know, like standard.
So the consensus is if everyone around you is vaccinated, the likelihood of you not getting it is 90%.
Yeah.
So as long
100%.
as everyone's around you, the times when there is a spike is when the whole family is not vaccinated, and that's when it kind of has a spike. But usually, if everyone's around you, which most people are, you're fine.
Can I ask you a question about the autism thing too? Do you think that also the correlation could also be just because we're better at diagnosing it and things like that?
No, I think now we see a lot more. I will say this: we are more better at diagnosing, but there's been more spikes of nonverbal. There's more spikes of
Like severe.
sensory issues. That's not even diagnosis. It's more like we can see this now.
Did they do? I don't want to put your friend's business out there.
Sure.
Because my brain is going, but at the same time, it's like these are real people that you have real relations with.
Yeah.
So I don't want to like say something to offend or like or like you overshare or whatever.
Sure.
But did they ever take the hereditary test
I don't know. I didn't ask.
or the gene test? So there's like a test that you take when you're like considering having a child, and it tells you if they'll have like any defect or anything like that based on your genes, and it tells you that. So
Yeah, so I don't know about that, but I do know that they did share with us that the child was good, speaking, everything, walking, and all that, until almost close to 2 years when like they're almost done with the vaccine shots. So that's when they saw.
you saying
Wow.
you say
decline.
were they doing screen time?
Not that I know of. I mean, obviously now because most autisms want some sensories, and so one of those is that. But I don't know if that was the real reason before or after.
Yeah, I don't know what I know. Screen time really affects children a lot.
That is a huge problem.
It is.
For us, even
Yeah,
like as adults.
I know because it's just like a sensory overload.
Yeah, it stops babies from like progressing from actually talking, which I agree. But I knowing how they were, understanding, like I don't think there will be a decline like that. So
Yeah.
unless they're
So they was good until 2 years old, and then it just dropped. So they was talking, doing all that stuff.
yeah, I mean as much as a 1.5 baby can, right? And so they were already in that spectrum of already kind of talking, and then out of nowhere, nonverbal, stop talking in total.
Wow.
And then it was like they took a vaccine, and then it dropped.
So in the same way, like the vaccines were consistent, so it was small doses and you amp up and get a little bit more.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to me. Like the thing is, like with these vaccines, they're like super tested.
They are, but even now, what's this guy's name? RFK.
I already know you're gonna say.
Yeah, he even said like there's new tests coming out saying that it does affect certain things. So
I will say this: I am a little skeptical of RFK.
Yeah, same.
I'm just gonna be completely honest.
really,
Yeah, big time.
I have no opinion
No
because I don't really know
way.
anything about
Yeah,
him.
big time, bro.
no way.
Big time, bro.
And honestly,
All right, so wait, unpack
I think
that.
he's shedding a lot more than most people have.
What is the hesitation with? I would say, well, okay, tell me this. I know RFK is he's a politician.
He's a politician, and
He's not a doctor. He has no medical experience.
no medical experience whatsoever.
So
Why does that matter?
I mean, it's like same way of you. Like it's like if I were to like, if Prada hired me, like I make good music, but what the heck does a cousin know about Prada?
I mean,
yeah.
Jaden Smith just got creative director for Christian Louboutin, right? And so in the same way, like as long as you have a good team around you, you look at that.
Yeah, but is Jaden Smith someone who's been like locked in that world?
I mean, in the surface level, sure, but has he gone to school for that? Does he have a degree? No, right? So
Yeah, but It's not if I were hired for that.
Yeah, but it's also like Nepo, right? So it's just the idea of like, hey, like RFK obviously comes from the lineage of Kennedy's, and so he already has a way in, and so it's kind of like, okay, we already understand that he knows the political side of things. Can he lead well? Does he have a good team around him, and stuff like that? So I'm seeing it from that side.
Yeah, bro, he just not qualified.
But what is he doing? What is his current position? Or what is
He
he?
is like the head of
Health.
Health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so, do you guys know about the person before RFK? The trans,
Yeah. I heard.
overweight. I want to be careful with my words, but they were.
They were bald, right? I think.
I don't know.
They lived an unhealthy lifestyle,
Unhealthy lifestyle, and still
and they were in charge of health.
correct. So
Did they have degrees?
But that's what I'm saying. Like at that point, it's like what's the better of the both evils, right?
So it's like I could be, and I'm not. I could be like a 2-pack a day smoker, and have all the facts of like, yo, this is why smoking is bad. But I don't take care of myself. But I have the knowledge to tell them that, yo, this and this is bad. I may not be applying it to my own life, but I have the knowledge.
So you're saying is that good or bad?
I'm not saying it's good. Well, obviously it's bad.
Yeah, or as in like,
But
if I was a smoker.
but I'm saying like, just because you don't live a healthy lifestyle doesn't mean
You're not
can't-
qualified
You're not qualified
for
for
that.
the position.
Like, for example, I'm not going to, just because someone is a bodybuilder, looks good, I'm not going to take his opinion over a doctor just because he looks better than the doctor. Does that make sense?
Okay. But wouldn't that be the qualification? Like, at least for me, I would rather get advice from a bodybuilder, understanding like, okay, this is the way to go. I would, like, in the sense of like, if Larry Wheels gives me the way of how to work out, I'm probably gonna take his advice because
yeah.
he's been in it
Over a doctor.
instead of like, hey, this is the routine.
If it comes
right?
to working out,
If it
but if
comes
it
to
comes
working
to a
out.
healthy lifestyle, I don't know if I would go Larry Will either, because that man's a steroid.
Of course, but in the same way, RFK has been kind of like the advocate of like living a healthy lifestyle.
Sure, and he can advocate for that and really push that, but I don't think that means that he knows what he's talking about when it comes to the medical field.
in charge of all of the health of the country.
'Cause like I'm not saying like I'm not here trying to be like or get him out of there. Like
Yeah.
I'm not saying all that. I've just seen. I couldn't give you examples right now. I've just seen some things where he said some things and they've been debunked and this and that and so. But I'm not saying like let's get him out of here. People make mistakes, whatever. But what I am saying is just because someone advocates for a healthy lifestyle and even lives it doesn't mean that they're qualified to give medical
Advice.
like doctoral. Like,
But that's why he has a team.
sure, yeah, sure.
So that's why
Do you think he always listens to them?
I think that he is more open to the idea of having conversations through that, right? And so instead of someone where it's just like kind of like the dictator route, like, hey, what I say goes, I think he's kind of open to the idea like, hey, like what is good for America right now? And he's kind of flipped the idea of sometimes of like, even he came out with the pyramid, like the new food pyramid, right? It was like, it's backwards, right? And there's a whole controversy behind that. But he's okay with the controversy. And that's why I kind of like raised my eyebrows like, is he speaking truth right now? Or is he being spoon-fed? I don't think he's being spoon-fed at all. I think he has a conscious mind to make the decisions. And so I would rather have someone like that instead of someone that is just spoon-fed. This is how you talk to the media. This is how you talk to whatever else it is. This is what we're doing, but we're not going to talk about this. Stick to the subject. I think RFK is okay with like, no, this is not right. Right? So
RFK food pyramid. He flipped it.
yeah, there's a whole South Park reference to that too.
He has protein, dairy, health, fats, vegetables, and fruits at the top, whole grains at the bottom. Yo, that's right.
My point.
That is
But-
right.
but we've lived.
so
That's a good point.
okay, so all right, going back to the healthy like life, right? When we bring that into account, right? Do we also bring in his like drug use and things like that? Do we take that into account as well?
No, I think we need to take account to what is being pushed to us.
Okay.
What's always been pushed to us, and now we know
He has a
that.
drug problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why he kind of lost his voice.
He had a cocaine addiction
I mean, his last name is Kennedy.
and heroin.
Heroin too?
Cocaine and heroin.
But so look,
14
so
years.
what's being pushed to us, right? So obviously, it was heavily mandated to get vaccinated, and so now it's coming more into the light that it was probably a government issued thing. We're not going to get too much into that, but the reason why I'm mentioning that is because the whole marketing thing. When we grew up, what do we see in school? Got milk? You know, like milk builds healthy, strong bones. It doesn't, but that was pushed to us. That was marketed to us. And for the next generations to constantly have a lactose tolerance to it. And so in the same way, how can I constantly believe what the government is telling me when it's always been the opposite side? And so I feel like, at least for RFK, he doesn't care what's been pushed to us.
Okay, so RFK, at the age of 14, struggles with heroin addiction. Well, 14-year struggle of heroin addiction, which began at the age of 15 following the assassination of his father and continued until he was 29. He has been in recovery for over 40 years, citing a 1983 arrest for heroin possession as the catalyst for seeking help. As of 2025-26, he is actively involved in 12-step programs and has made addiction treatment a central focus of his public policy agenda of U.S. health official. Now, let me ask you this question. I'm curious to see how much time he got for the heroin possession. How much time? I'm
It's
sorry.
interesting. Can we
Probably
real
good.
quick? Can we go back to the milk
Yeah.
subject? Because I think it's fair to say that milk doesn't like necessarily build strong bones.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But it is a high source of calcium, right? But like it's like the lie that we were told.
What?
Carrots improve eyesight.
Exactly.
Right?
They don't.
But it's not that they don't, like, they don't. Like, we were told that so we eat our vegetables, right? But there are certain nutrients and stuff within those vegetables that we're told to eat that do help with certain parts of our body, right? So, yeah, milk is not really going to turn your bones into steel, but if you have a high calcium diet, you are going to, be better, I guess, in that regard in terms of bones. And milk is just highly accessible.
Yeah.
Right?
Now.
So, what do you mean now?
I mean, this is a new phenomenon. Like,
Milk?
like the 70s.
Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like now.
No. As in like 2 generations ago.
Sure.
Yo, we got to talk about this.
What'd you find?
So when he got arrested for heroin, RFK got arrested for heroin, guess how much time he served?
3 months. And I will say 3 months and home arrest.
For how long?
Community service?
Community service. Yeah.
What do you
Bail.
think?
13 months.
So you just
Probably
think
like 3 months, like something very short, or maybe not even. I probably would dare to
days.
say no time, and he just paid the bill. But
I don't think you got time.
yeah.
no time, 2 years of probation?
But here's the thing:
In the 80s! In the 80s, let's be clear. This was the 80s. This was the 80s
But
where
everyone's doing
I don't know
something
where he's going with this, but I think I know where he's going with this. I like where he's going with this.
in the 80s, RFK with possession of heroin had no prison time, no jail time, 2 years of probation. If a black man
Yeah, there it is.
had some weed
I
on
love
them,
it. I love it.
they were sentenced to some jail time.
Talk, brother.
Yeah.
What are we talking about, bro?
Was he living in Miami?
What are we talking about, bro? Nah, this is crazy. This is crazy. Cheap viewers, Dreambo. .org. Remove the space. Come on, dog. What are we doing here, bro? Only 2 people on this stream is kind of crazy.
There might be more people on the YouTube.
I think we lost them with the RFK.
At one point, there was 18 people I saw.
It says 6 viewers though.
Class, what's up, my brother? What up, Kellen? Yo, thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna keep it going. Hey, honestly, that's wrong, bro. That's wrong, bro. That's favoritism. And we could talk about his dad and assassination, but that will take this podcast off the rails.
Completely different. Yeah.
That'll take it off the rails, and I don't think episode 1 we're ready to talk about that.
Yeah, I also don't think we're prepared.
We're not prepared for that one.
Yeah.
Anything
We're not prepared
political,
for that one.
I feel like I'm learning as
Yeah, I mean, I've gone down this crazy political rabbit hole the last like year and a half of my life.
Yeah.
But you know
And
what's
it's-
politically controversial?
And it's what?
Kanye.
I
Facts.
thought you were gonna go the Trump route. We're saving that one.
Oof.
We going Kanye? We going Trump?
I don't want.
Let's go Kanye
Let's go
first.
Kanye. I don't want to talk about Trump right now.
All right, we'll go Kanye.
Let's go Kanye.
We'll go
Yeah,
Kanye.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Hey man, hey, can you pull up the stage design for his show he just did?
This man was standing on the world.
That man was standing on the world.
I haven't seen this. I haven't seen
What?
it. No.
It is.
This-
fire.
listened to the album?
Yeah.
So
This man.
as we know,
I'm trying to consume less with my eyes
wow.
and more with my ears.
That's
Yeah, I think honestly, yeah,
Well, I mean,
you go to YouTube.
No,
y'all
you
saw
got that
it.
first one, that first
While
one.
he's pulling it up, tell us what y'all thought about it.
But
So as we know, viewers should know that this is a reference to one of his favorite movies in general, which is Akira. And so this is a reference to
I did not know that.
Yeah, he loves Akira.
all of his music videos, most of his music videos.
Yeah.
Yep. I see it. Insane.
That's
Where was this
crazy.
concert?
SoFi
So
Stadium.
far.
Where's SoFi?
That's LA, no?
Hey, that
It's the new Cleveland
low key
one,
looks
right?
like what Forrest Frank did. I'm not gonna lie.
What if Force?
Wait, sorry. Where was it?
What?
Where is
The
it?
stage, he was on a
SoFi
hill.
Stadium.
Where's SoFi?
LA, I think.
Oh.
L.A.
Yeah.
Can you pull up a video?
Bro, how did they do that?
That's
bro?
crazy.
Kanye West, SoFi.
My thing is that's so creative.
It is.
Like,
You go to YouTube.
not only do you have to think about that, but you have to find the people to bring that to
The technical
life.
aspect, man, that's insane. Because when we look at like the actual, because that's a whole, I don't know if it's LED or not, but that was constantly moving. too.
Moving. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably LEDs.
Just put
On the
That's
floor?
insane. How much do you think that cost?
Oh,
Millions.
millions. Yeah,
Millions?
yeah.
Millions of dollars.
Go. Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah.
Wow, bro, that's crazy.
When I used to think about taxes, I would just.
Oh, we like that.
I used to use.
Bro,
he.
What I appreciated the most out of this, honestly, is seeing
Oh,
Lauryn
that's
Hill.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Seeing
401.
'cause he
Lauryn
hasn't
Hill
dropped
on
it yet.
stage.
You can
man.
fast forward it because he hasn't revealed how it looks.
So what is that circle thing?
No, that's a cover.
Oh, it's a
That's
cover.
It's a curtain.
They dropped
Oh
the curtain.
my gosh. Go back.
Insane.
When it dropped, I want to see when the curtain.
Are they
dropped.
watching it with us right now?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, my eyes.
That's an
Epilepsy.
epilepsy.
Epilepsy warning. Sorry.
Yeah, for real.
Bro, look at that, bro.
And I love how like you can't even see his cable that he's attached to.
Yeah.
He's attached to a cable.
And let me get this: is this wasn't even a full concert?
It was.
Oh, it was. Oh, okay,
It was-
okay.
He brought out
Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn
He
Hill,
brought out
Travis
Lauryn
Scott.
That's
Hill.
crazy.
Bro.
Oliver,
Lauryn Hill's one
Look
of
at
my
that.
favorite
That thing was
artists
moving.
all
Wow.
time.
and
You think she was late?
No, that's what I was thinking too.
Because she has a habit of being late,
Oh,
like extremely
yeah,
late to her
yeah,
shows.
This is crazy.
Yeah. Bro, that's one of my goats, bro.
No way.
Lauryn Hill?
Well, yeah, as a musical artist, but I hear she's.
Oh, yeah. Same thing with Kanye.
Well, that's true.
Wow.
That's true.
All right, you can take it off.
Man, look at that.
see
it
how,
was
see how
constantly
it's
moving.
spinning? Like, that's insane.
Was it showing on the screen too? That was so fire. I promise an album cover isn't worth $1 million.
Is that what they say? He
I promise.
Album cover. No, we're talking about
isn't
the
worth.
stage design.
What is
No,
it?
but I think.
Oh yeah, we were
album
talking
was-
about
Was his cover art worth $1 million?
No, I think he thought we meant his album cover. We were talking
No, but
about
I'm
this
saying,
thing.
was his? He maybe be talking about
Something
was
else?
Kanye West's album cover $1 million?
No, it was Saint West. It was his son, and it was from a Japanese artist that shot it.
Yeah, but
But-
they cost $1 million?
No way.
Oh, that's Saint's face.
That's Saint's face. Yeah,
Wow.
with grills.
Yeah.
That's Saint's face.
Dang, that's crazy. It just really makes me think, like, when it comes to, so I'll be completely honest. When it comes to performance, like performance, I would say Christian rappers are better performers than
Okay.
secular artists.
Say that again.
Christian rappers are better than secular artists. By
At
far.
performing.
Performing.
Like just
Performing.
okay.
Actually, like, performing their song. I'm not
Okay.
saying they make better music.
Yeah,
I'm saying actually performing. Bro,
I think I could get behind that.
I went
I
to,
think
I remember I opened up for B.O.B. And, bro, when it came to my performances, like, it was 2016. So I was, like, so locked in. I had, like, the dancers. I had everything. Transitions, different stuff. I would have my vocals would be out. And I'm, like, rapping and stuff. And then when B.O.B. came and, like, he was just walking on the stage. His song was playing. And he was, like, ad-libbing
Sing along.
his songs. Excuse me. Like, he wasn't performing. I'm like, yo, what is this? I'm thinking B.O.B., Beautiful Girls. I'm like,
Yeah.
this about to be the craziest thing ever. And it was like, oh, like, what is that? And then you go to Rolling Loud. And, like, dudes is, like, rapping over the track, just
Yeah.
jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Like,
Just
there's
walking
no
the
performance,
stage.
walking, no real performance, no showmanship. Like, it's just, like, in rap, it's like, the secular, it's only the 1% of the 1% that actually perform well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Kendrick,
Kendrick, Drake,
Cole,
Kanye.
Kanye.
even Travis, Don Toliver. Travis Scott performs different in his own way.
Man,
But his energy,
But
his energy is
his
up.
energy
he's
takes
so
it.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, live. It's
Yeah.
like crazy. But it's like
21
everybody else, bro, they can't perform.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like,
Also, they don't care.
They don't care. 21 Savage is like the worst performer I've ever
Same
seen.
with Yak. He sucks.
Who?
Kodak.
oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
terrible performer.
Yeah.
He's awful.
Yeah, none of them care. They just like, I'm getting paid. I'm just here.
Yeah, they sell the tickets off their name alone.
Yep.
And they-
Yep.
Smoke Purpose terrible.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's funny. But I think like going back to Kanye, I think this is why it makes him controversial. You know, like where can we separate the art with the artist, right? And so with something like this, real Kanye fans like he's back, right? I'm on that side. He's back. But then there's the opposite side where it's like, why y'all supporting him when he's
Did all that crazy, the
Exactly.
political, supporting Trump.
You can't take that
the
away.
swastika, White Lives Matter, like all that
Exactly.
stuff.
You can't take away what he said before. So then, us as people that appreciate the music, people that appreciate his artistry, is there a limit? You know, I thought there was. Like, you know what, I can't support Kanye anymore. And then he drops this banger of an album. I'm like, he's back. You know, like
I forgive you, Kanye.
let me ask you before you talk about Bullied, how did you feel about Vultures 1 and 2?
what I will say is Kanye is heavily influenced with whoever he's around, and so Vultures should have been a Ty Dolla $ign album. Should have been a Ty Dolla $ign album. That's all it was. And so, obviously, with the production level of Kanye, he takes it to another level. But to me, Vultures 1 and 2 are at the bottom. Even with Donda 1 too. I think Donda, even for his set design, was great. It's all black, but still adds a mood. It adds a moment. But Vultures 1 and 2, bottom for me. Didn't like it at all.
Yeah, I didn't like Vultures at all.
Just a few songs though.
There was a couple. I just didn't like the whole Vultures.
It was also too explicit. I'm like, yeah, I can't rock with this anymore.
He was going crazy on Vultures.
This guy, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, man, like us as Christians, I don't know, like my ears can't hear this as much, you know. And so even with this album feels like a nostalgia, right? And Bully It to me is like, I said it before, I think it's top 3.
Yeah,
out of
I'm looking at the list.
16 catalog.
There's not that
Album.
many explicit songs on here, so that's
What-
crazy.
what-
Even when he does, because it's like 1 or 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What is your top 3? I know I'm diverging from what we're talking about, but you say it's top 3. I got to know, what are your top 3 Kanye albums?
Personally, it has to be I Love Jesus is King. I have the vinyl. And I think that just comes from the idea like it's a Christian album, right? I will say that that's my honorable mention. And so 1 and 2, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy has to be number 1. Honorable mention as well has to be Watch the Throne, because technically it's a dual album, so I can't consider it just him. But My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and then probably 808s.
And Heartbreak.
808s.
You didn't even put Graduation?
Graduation's up there, but because the 808s
Wait, that's
was the out of sync for me, for everyone. Everyone was waiting for the next album from Graduation, College Dropout, and then he drops 808s, completely left field. No one liked it at the time, and now it's historically amazing. And I'm like, man, this guy
It was his lowest selling at the point, like
at that time.
Yeah, he had did like 800,000. I think he did like 1 million, and then when he dropped 808s, it did 400,000. So it was
Insane.
a big drop off commercially, but it's what changed.
808s in general.
It's
like,
it's
yeah,
what
the
changed
industry,
the landscape
the whole genre.
of
Music.
music.
Yep.
We wouldn't have a lot of like the singing melodic rappers if it wasn't for 808s and Heartbreak.
And that's why I think it's so high for me. That's one album we can pinpoint seeing the shift in music.
Change. It's like that was a big change for Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
we wouldn't have Drake as we know it
Yep.
if it wasn't for that album.
Kid Cudi,
Kid Cudi as we know it. Like that album.
Travis Scott.
That album changed hip hop.
It did.
That album changed hip hop.
And so that's why it's up there for me.
Wait, so that's your 1 and 2?
1 and 2, and then this is probably 3.
Bullies 3.
Bully 3.
Crazy.
So you have number 1, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Family. Fantasy. Number 2, 808s and Heartbreaks. Number 3.
And 4, I think it has to be Life of Pablo. It's such a nostalgia now. Like it's
2016?
when I think of 2016, I don't know for y'all, but when I think of 2016, it just feels so bright.
Yeah.
And I think of one of those reasons because it's Life of Pablo.
Life of Pablo, I believe, is a classic.
Yeah.
I think Ye has a lot of classics. To most rappers, I don't think.
Someone it was at your birthday party actually. Someone was there that said Yeezus is the best Kanye album.
How old
Another
were they?
cultural
How
shift.
old were they?
I think it was Marco who said that. How old is Marco?
Your brother-in-law?
No. The
Oh, Mark. Oh, yeah, he's 20.
okay.
So, like,
But that came out in like 2014, 2013.
2013, I believe.
That was 13 years ago. He was 7.
Yeah, I think for a lot of like the young kids, like Yeezus is this Kanye's best.
But that again,
Yeezus and Life of Pablo.
I think it's because also the shift,
The
that
shift,
the
yeah.
whole distortion comes from that. You know, I think X grabs a lot of inspiration
X,
from
yeah.
that. Even Netspan, we talked about Osama Sun.
Yeah.
All that distortion level has to be it.
So-
I like this question too.
Yeah, we got a good question. How do you guys feel about Christians listening to secular rap? Nando, what do you think?
I feel like everyone has their own convictions. I feel like if for you it's something that you feel like you're not, like you can't rock with it, then you probably shouldn't listen. This is my take, that you probably shouldn't listen to it. I feel like I've gone back and forth because I feel like there's been moments where I want to be tapped into everything that's coming out, and I just want to be up to date. I'm like, I gotta listen to this. But then it kind of changed my perspective a little bit when I was in the car with my wife, and I didn't feel comfortable listening to some of the stuff while she was like there, and I was like, yeah, if I can't do this with my wife, I shouldn't be doing this at all. You know, she was like very uncomfortable. And so then I started to wean off. But then there's like things like Kanye drops, and I'm like, man, I'm such a big Kanye fan. Like, you know, I grew up. I don't think I'm as much of a fan as you, but I grew up listening to him. And so I listened to this album and I'm like, I gotta listen to this, But then there's just moments where I'm like, I'm listening to an album and I'm like, yeah, I can't listen to this.
Yep.
So I think you just kind of, for me, my take is like, look, if you feel like you can listen to, like I have friends who wait for that album to drop on Apple Music, where it's clean.
Like pre-save it.
Well, no, there's like Apple will sometimes have clean versions of the album that might not be on Spotify or vice versa. So they'll wait for that and then and take it that way. But that's my.
I think that ruins the listening experience, in my opinion.
Taking out making it clean?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that ruins the listening experience. I think, especially when you're listening to someone as, I guess, I don't want to just gas up Kendrick like he's some sort of like scholar, but when you're listening to someone as like, I guess, insightful and thoughtful as Kendrick, for example, I think listening without some of the expletives can really change the feeling and the mood of the music, right?
But as rappers, I think that makes sense. But like when we're talking about just the
normal everyday
into music, when we're just thinking about the beat, it's like, oh man, the beat is good, right? When the beat is good, so like what happens afterwards? Like, are you listening to the lyrics and then like you mentioned?
Well, I'm a lyrics guy first. But what are you? I'm not understanding your question.
As in, sometimes the conviction comes from the idea, like, hey, like, what they're saying isn't right. Like, I can't rap, or I can't even rap along, right? And so in the same way, how can I even listen to that if it's not fulfilling me?
So let me ask you this: are curse words are they just wrong? Period. Like, should we not?
That's a good.
So, because when we think about, do you know King's Kaleidoscope?
Of course, yeah.
They have a song where they say the F word.
Okay.
So when you listen to that song, like, remove, I guess, your Christian ears from this conversation. When you listen to that song and you hear him say the F word, what's the context? Why is he saying it? When he wrote that, he explains that he was in a dark place, like, these are the things that come up, we're not perfect.
Sure.
We're not, like, if you walk around and you've never had a bad thought, like, you're a weirdo, right? So, especially if you're going through something so dark, those words may come up. And when you put that in the music, it just it shows you not only a vulnerability, but just where they were at during that time,
Here's my rebuttal to that.
Can I say something before you rebuttal that? In the context that he used the F word too, it was like, I believe it was on some like being separated from God.
Yeah.
It was the extremity of being like separated from God. But go on.
I think that makes sense. When it comes down to, in that moment, one of my favorite artists is John Bellion, right? And so he is a Christian, but also has explicit songs.
Yeah.
And so in the same way we could look at that, we could look at Lacey that still has curse words in it, but that language is different than rap, where the curse words are talking derogatory to women. Sexual, we're talking about drugs, we're talking about all this stuff. So it's not just the curse words. We're talking about the language,
the context,
and the context towards that. So that's the areas that, okay, even if you listen to it clean, is that fulfilling you?
Yeah, but that's kind of my argument. It's like, if you're gonna listen to it, don't cheapen it with listening to it clean. In my opinion. So if you
throttle.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. If you feel uncomfortable listening to it, with curse words, what makes you think you're gonna feel comfortable listening to it without the curse words? You know it's there. The context doesn't really change.
But that's radio music.
That is radio music. And so if you're uncomfortable with it, you shouldn't be listening to the radio that radio station anyway. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, he said, if you're gonna Don't be halfway.
No. I'm not saying don't
throttle.
be
Don't be
halfway.
hot or
I'm
cold.
saying
Don't be hot or cold.
I'm thinking mostly
Don't be
from
lukewarm, brother.
artistic.
Yeah, but even on a non-artistic, you're right too.
Don't be lukewarm.
Don't be lukewarm about it. Like, and that's the thing what Scripture calls like one, don't be a stumbling block to your brother. Like, if I don't like listening to secular music, and you listen to secular music, and you're blasting secular music in the car, you're being a stumbling block to me.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what Nando was doing with his wife. You know what I'm saying? I think at the end of the day, like, you know, I think the scripture is, I'm sure I'm butchering it. It's like, it's what defiles a man, you know? What not what enter is what comes out. I'm butchering.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah, you're butchering
I'm
it.
butchering it. Can you?
Yeah, Nando's looking it up.
I think I'm gonna mention it, but I may be quoting the wrong scripture. But I think that's what I was gonna say. Do you have the verse? Yo, I want to sneeze so bad. The cat.
Okay, so look. So when we're talking about, because I like this.
Oh my gosh.
Us as artists, we're listening to the music through that. But again, as a Christian, we shouldn't be, right? Like if it doesn't glorify us, why listen to it, right? And so that's why it's a sometimes
It doesn't glorify us, or do you mean God?
Glorify God. Thank you for correcting me. And so in the same way, it's like, how can we set limits? Okay, you know what? It's not affecting me, but is it? You know, like, are we really looking down and really thinking about it? I even for Bully, like, I'm like, okay, this is the greatest album. I love the set the set design. I love who's made it before. Like Virgil did Yeezus album. Vanessa Beecroft was in set design for like some of the Yeezuses and stuff. And I'm looking at in the artistry lens. Should I know that stuff? Does it mean anything, right? And so, like, I think for us, it's like, okay, like, yeah, we could. What can inspire us? What could give us inspiration? But as a someone that's not into it, should they just not listen to it at all? Like you said, whether listen to it fully or listen to it not. Do they go to that direction of like, hey, like, I'm only listening to CHH. I'm only listening to Christian hip hop.
I think like Nando said, it really depends on your convictions. But I will also push back and say, I don't think it's inherently wrong, right, to listen to secular music. I think, man, I don't even know how to put this into words. Like, because I'm trying to separate my artistic, you know, groundedness in this argument.
Let me ask you this: Do you kind of have the approach of like, it's like this pillow is not Christian? It's like it's just a
in a
object.
way. In a way, I do, because, but it's also like these don't have words.
That's
like
true.
This is
Yeah.
not. This isn't affecting my brain. Like this isn't my soul. You know, it's like it's not affecting my soul. Like me touching this does nothing. But hearing something can change your mood. You know, it can change the way you think about things. Like it's influential. So I think, like you said, your convictions really come into play. Like I don't think I'll listen. I wouldn't listen to a Travis Scott album and be like, yeah, like I'm gonna go smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not.
You're saying that, but someone
might struggle with that.
Might struggle with that,
and that's the convictions part, right? But solely just artistically, I think there is so much we can get from just listening to not just secular artists, but Christian artists as well. Like I think there's so much we can take from everything and anything. And I think regardless of the subject matter and stuff like that, you can appreciate things regardless, right? Like 3-6 Mafia, very vulgar. You know what I'm saying? But some of their flows are fire.
Yeah.
Some of their beats are nice. You know, and I think you can hear that and you can get inspired by that and and make something for yourself that wouldn't have come from.
Project Pat became a Christian, by the way.
Oh yeah, he did. So
Really?
yeah, he's a Christian now.
Wow. He lives in Miami.
So
You're lying.
what'd you say?
At least he did at one point.
He lives in Miramar.
Wow.
Yeah. He lived in Miramar. Or he lives in Miramar. Is he from down here?
Last time I knew it was.
I thought he was from Texas.
Is he? I thought he was from Miami
I thought so too.
or South Florida.
I didn't know that. Can I share my?
Yeah, I was to say.
Yeah. Let me hear what you guys say, brother.
So I was in. I came from the camp where I didn't believe there was a secular sacred divide. Art is just
Art.
It's just art, you know. And that's kind of like where I strongly was. But as I got older and had a child,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I don't play any secular music in front of my kid.
That's interesting.
And then I had to question myself. It's like,
Why?
why? Like, but I thought you thought
Mm-hmm.
there's no secular sacred divide, and it got me really thinking. It's like, bro, I be playing. And I gotta take that back. I do play secular music in front of my kid, but it's secular kid music. So it's like, these are the ABCs,
Okay.
apples,
Yeah.
wheels on the bus. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of music. So it's like, there is certain music that is secular that it's not bad music. Like, you don't listen to Michael Jackson and have lustful thoughts.
So
You know what I'm
because
saying?
of,
Like,
that's so great. As us as parents, do you think like also sheltering your kid from information from the secular world, does that quote unquote shelter them from not experiencing things or saving them from certain things?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like as parents, so I'll be clear. My parents didn't teach me about no sex. We never had conversations about sex.
Yeah.
I wish we did.
You're gonna learn somewhere.
Yes, you're going to learn it somewhere. And I wish we had these conversations because I'd be better to navigate it. Like, I'm someone that's very curious. You know what I'm saying? And I think with most children, they are. So I think a lot of times in spaces, sometimes in Christian spaces, it's just like, don't do that. And it's like, okay, but why? Because you're not supposed to do it. Okay, now I'm gonna do it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, no, don't do that because there's things called sexually transmitted diseases. And not only that, there's stuff called soul ties. And not only that, now there's research that comes out that some people, some women, if they have sex with multiple partners, some of the DNA is still left in them. And now when you have a child, maybe the DNA of someone you had a sexual experience with
That's crazy.
years
I didn't know
ago may be affected inside the baby that you don't know about. And that could cause certain different things that happens.
Wow.
And it's like you're learning all this information about, oh, if you have sex with someone, then you have a soul tie, and a soul tie is a piece of them goes into you, and that can cause a big fissure. So you may be in a relationship longer than you would be, but the only reason you're still in that relationship is because of a soul tie that you have with that person. And it's like, yo, if you would have told me all this, I wouldn't have done all this stuff. You know, because I didn't have that information. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but it's like, because I'm curious, I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to find out for myself. It's like, oh, this is good. This feels good. Why are you telling me I can't do this? Oh, you just want me to live a boring life. And it's like, no, you're actually trying to protect me, but you don't know how to articulate that stuff, or you're just, you know what I'm saying? So going back to what you were asking me, when it comes to certain secular music, I want to be like, yo, this artist is rapping about, like, Good Kid, Mad City when I play for my son one day. Yo, this is someone who grew up in Compton. Ananias, you lived in Brownsville for 1 year. This is similar to the city around you in Brownsville. You don't live too far from the Subs. Subs is where YNF Lucci got caught up with all those gang members. That is 6 minutes from where you live, Adonias. This is the lifestyle of what he's talking about, and this is his experience. He was a good kid that lived in a bad city, similar to where you live. But because his parents weren't God-fearing people and didn't steer him in the right direction, this is the life he chose, even though he tried to do this. And this is what he talks about when he has the sinner's prayer in his song. That's him crying out for help, even though he doesn't really understand. He's trying to do right. Look at him. He almost got jammed right. He took a left, then another left. One wild night with, and you know, I will have these conversations with him. I'm saying like, yo, look at the artistry, but then, yo, listen to your uncle, Ricky. He's fire. Look at him. He talks about the struggles of his dad, but this is how he turned out. And then I can have those conversations with him. So it's not so much sheltering my kid. Obviously, there's gonna be stuff I'm gonna protect him from, but I'm gonna have conversations with him. I'm gonna share my point of view. I'm gonna share, man, this is what this is saying, but this is what Scripture talks about that. You know what I'm saying? Or like you know, I'm gonna have those conversations because I think you do more harm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hiding things. You know, obviously there's a time and age for everything, but I think being able to be a person of peace where your children can come to you and ask you questions and not feel ashamed or not feel like they can't talk to you about that stuff. Like, I want to have my kids be able to talk to me about stuff.
Yeah.
That's my fear, that they can't talk to me about stuff.
John Bellion said, I would rather be a present father than a perfect dad.
Yeah.
And that's always been my thing ever since I heard it. And so I think, to commend you as well, you're going to be a great father. You're going to be a father that some sons wish they had. And I think through these conversations, the transparency, you're overflowing not only to Adonias' life, but everyone around Adonias as well. And so the way you speak is healing people. And I think that speaks volume of not only your character, but how God has worked through you. And I think through that also it's the conversations like, how can we as Christians be good fathers when we never had that representation or know what that looks like, right? And I think it comes from the healthy conversations of like, how do I speak with my friends? How do I speak to my mother? How do I speak to a random stranger? And I think it's through those things. How, if I'm speaking to a random stranger like this, I need to speak a lot better to someone I love.
Yeah, I think it's also too like the community aspect, just having other fathers that you like talk to.
That's important for real.
Like, bro, being a dad is hard. Like, being anything is hard, but a dad, bro, that joint hard, bro. And being able to bounce ideas and be like, yo, this is what happened. This is what I did. Like, I was having a simple conversation with Daryl yesterday, and I was like, man, like, he was talking about how, you know, his daughter Zaya was like sleeping through the whole night in her bed. Like, she doesn't have a crib. She has like a toddler bed. Like, she sleeps in a toddler bed, and she used to sleep in the bed and then go to their bed midway. But now she's sleeping through, and I'm like, oh man, we have him in a toddler bed, and then we're just kind of like bouncing off ideas off that. Like, I don't know when I'm gonna do the toddler bed. Like, oh, he's starting to cry now. He wants to be in the bed. Usually I would let him cry, but, you know, recently, you know, I'm like bringing him back in the bed and just having those conversations, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think that community aspect, because it's like, we don't know it all and we're never going to have it right. And even now, if I do something like wrong to Adonai, like, I apologize. But he's 2 years old. I still apologize. I'm like, oh man, Dad, I'm sorry.
That's a great habit.
Like, just showing him like, I'm not above apologizing. Like, my parents never apologized to me when they were wrong. They never apologized. And they was wrong a lot. Bro, I got beat for sighing. Bro, I got beat for sighing. Let me be clear. I said, and I got beat for that. Nah, what you trying to say? Nah, what you want to say?
Scheming over there.
What you want to say?
I don't know when that happened, but I do want to say I would want to ask you, what was the context? Why did you sigh? Did you do something before that?
This sounds like a story that's been caught.
My dad told me to do something that I didn't want to do, and I sighed, and I got spanked for that. You gonna spank someone for sighing?
What did he tell you
That's
to
kind
do?
of crazy. Yeah.
It's probably something like
Go take out the trash.
minuscule or something, but it's like I'm not spanking someone for sighing.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You got spanked a lot.
I got spanked. I'm actually not gonna spank at a nice.
At all.
I was gonna ask that. Okay.
I'm actually not
At
gonna
all.
spank them.
At all.
I'm not gonna spank them.
Would you?
I'll probably spank my kids, yeah. But here's the thing. The context is I didn't get hit a lot, but when I did get hit, it made me like it
You
drastically
understood why.
changed. Like something where I was like, oh, okay.
It did nothing for me.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's because also you probably got punished too much, and so
Way too much, bro.
it loses the value of it.
Sighing, bro.
I think so. Let's
Climbing a tree.
let's put this into let's put this
Eating
into
with my left hand. I got beat for eating with my left hand.
Who? Your dad?
Wow.
No, by this woman named Tatikachi. African
Oh, okay.
lady.
It wasn't even his
Yeah.
parents.
This boy's got layers.
I
It's
would've
got layers
beat.
of beatings.
I mean, if we put let's put this a little bit into context. His dad is straight African. His mom is Haitian. Like that's how they were disciplined. That's all they not all they knew, but that's what they knew. You know what I'm saying? And me, I got beat too. I didn't get beat a lot, but growing up, I've kind of not saying I'm gonna beat my kids, but I kind of understand where my parents were coming from. My dad never hit me. Well, my mom hit me. And hearing my mom's story about her dad, her mom, and just the trauma they went through, like, you know, I'm 28 now. Like, I understand, you know, like, I get it. You beat me because that's what you thought was going to discipline me. And to a certain degree, it did. You know, is it the best way? I don't know, but that's what they knew. That's how they grew up, and you know they learned. My little brother, he's 10 years younger than me. He didn't get hit.
He should have though. Hey, Isars, you needed a beating.
Nah, he was a little softy. He was a little rude.
Okay.
You know, I don't think he deserved to. He was a good kid though.
Yeah, he's a great kid.
Sometimes he did deserve. He did need to get beat, but he didn't. You know, and
He's a good kid.
he's still a good kid.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He
You know,
has such
so-
a sweetheart.
Brian, do you think you're gonna
I
discipline your
think
kids?
so. I'm actually on the same side as you. I never got. I got hit once, but to be transparent and vulnerable, my dad was very abusive verbally, and so me and my brother, we lived in fear. Like we didn't want to be around him at all, right? And I think it came from the idea of like, hey, like most of the time when we were young, it just felt like every time we saw him, there's something that we did wrong, right? And so some of that became just like, okay, you know, let me just not be around. And a lot of it just came from the idea of like, I think he was just tough for no reason. And so recently, I had a conversation with him, and to just ask him about his childhood, how that was, what was it like coming to America when he was 17 years old with my mom, you know, with his girlfriend at the time. And what does that look like, right? And so then he shared that his mom died when he was 3 years old, and his dad was battling the idea of like how to raise 4 other guys, and it was verbally abusive the whole time. He kept on saying, if you think I'm bad, he was 10 times worse. And so it was caught more than taught. And so I think for us as Christians, it's just like, I love the saying, more is caught than taught. And so no matter if I say read your Bible, if my son doesn't see me reading my Bible, it means no value.
He's not gonna read.
He's not gonna read it, you know. And if it's same thing, if I say you gotta pray, and then he doesn't see me pray, which technically he doesn't need to, but let's just say he sees me in my closet praying and just randomly sees me. I think that adds more value to that instead of me telling him. And so that being said, whether I punish him or not, I want to add more positive values, and it comes with the idea of like, hey, this is how we do life. And I think this us as kids, most of the times we don't like to go to church because we see the hypocrisy in our parents. And they're like, nah, you guys aren't like that on Sunday. You know, you're trying to put a facade in front of everyone, but I see you. And so in the same way, like, I want to be the same person I am on a Sunday throughout the whole week.
Yeah.
And so I want to teach and show Levi, like, hey, I am saying I'm a Christian, not by me saying it, but by my actions. And so in the same way, I think discipline is okay, but I also want to also teach. It's like, hey, this is the reason why.
Yeah.
Right?
This, I'm hitting you.
Yeah.
I'll say
hurts me
this.
more than it hurts you.
Yeah.
I'll say this. There may be a time where I do spank him, but I won't spank him at the time.
Like out of anger.
I won't spank him at the time of infraction. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, you did this? I'll talk to him and be like, if it's worth it, I'll be like, you're going to get a spanking. It's going to be when I'm ready to spank you.
It's 3 a.m.
That's worse.
You ready?
Rise and shine.
The whole day waiting for it. When is he coming?
No, but the reason why I'm saying that is, I don't want to hit him when I'm angry.
Exactly. Yeah.
And also, I'm not going to hit him with my hand.
I did hear that. That's a good. I have to like have something like a stick, like a wooden spoon that represents
A
the
wooden spoon.
Wait, hold on.
instead of your hand.
Wait, you think your hand is worse?
No.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Like,
Emotionally.
oh, okay. I was about to say.
Emotionally and
I
physically.
said I got hit with the belt in the hand, and I would rap.
I'm not
no,
doing
no,
belt.
no.
I'm not doing belt.
What are you doing?
Wooden spoon.
A wooden spoon.
That's painful.
But yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just.
I mean,
as
a
bad.
belt is worse. I got hit with a belt.
I
A
got
belt
hit-
has a little snapback.
Bro, the wooden spoon is so rigid. Like,
Yeah, but
But it's also not going to be at like
you're
a.
not full
Yeah.
swing.
You know.
It's a quarter.
It's like, are you ready?
Sure.
Quarter swing. I'm not.
I can already see it.
My dad used to be like,
Clenching.
I'm going to spank you bottom naked.
Wow.
Put down your pants.
yeah.
Show me your bottom. Show me your bottom.
I was there.
Bend over.
Yeah.
Bend
Sika
over.
get
Show
beat.
me your bottom.
I seen him and Sika get beat.
Ooh.
He did not care who was there
Yeah, he do it in front of everybody.
in front of everybody.
It could be a party.
Not with him, but-
It could be my birthday party.
Yeah.
He spanked me in front of everybody
Yeah.
at my birthday party.
Yeah, your dad scared me, bruh.
Donnie said Ricky's not touching his kids.
Yeah, she probably gonna let me. But she will.
Nah, Daniel.
She gonna beat him. I told her, I already told her, like, I'm not going to beat my kids. I said that. But
If he ever smacked his kid, he put his best immigrant African dad voice.
That's
I
not
tried
even
to.
African.
Yeah, that's not even African. He put me on.
Wow.
Yo,
But
I have a
your
question
dad
for
used to
JJL.
Scare me, bro.
Yo, JJL, would you spank your stepdaughter?
Wow.
Is that allowed?
And it's
Is that
I don't know
allowed?
if he wanted that in public.
Wow.
oh, he's married, but he posted he's married.
Yeah.
Like, what are you now? Here's the thing: are you allowed to spank stepchildren?
I think it depends on your relationship.
She said no
He
chance.
said no chance. I couldn't. If I had a step kid, I couldn't.
But it's because it's a girl.
Oh, true.
Oh, maybe. If it was a guy, maybe. I don't know.
But then, what's the level of like? I'm not Drake. I'm not hiding my kid from the world. Yeah, but what's the level? It's like when you're stepping into like if you're becoming a stepfather, it's like, and you get married, it's like, are you taking on like, all right,
That
like
fatherly role.
that fatherly role? Like, I can never do something halfway.
I think you have to though.
Yeah.
But also, like, I feel like it'll earn respect as well, because we see a lot more kids disrespecting stepdads or stepmoms.
Facts.
Yeah.
And so I think it comes from like, I don't see you as my parents. I'm not gonna listen to you. So I think there has to be
You build that.
guidelines, but also you have to have also respect from the spouse as well. Like, hey, I'm also a favorite too.
Yeah.
Danya's cousin said, I'm hitting your kid.
Who's saying that? I'm
I-
hitting kids.
I hear what you're saying, but I do think, right? Like, that's not my kid, right? Like, that's not, especially if you didn't like raise them, right? Like, they're maybe
Oh, that's good.
8, 9 years old, right? Like, and you're just now popping into that situation. I do think a lot of the times kids aren't disrespectful because they want to be. They just don't know how to process what's going on, right? So if for any reason my mom had remarried, I can't say remarried, she was never married, but married someone or got with someone else, I think I'd feel the same way. I'd be like, who this new guy?
This new.
Like, who, and why does he think that he can tell me what to do? I just met him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he might be in the he might not be doing nothing wrong or saying anything wrong, but that, like, seeing your dad not be there and now being replaced.
Yeah, this man trying to hunch on my mom. What's going on, dog?
Like, I think it's just a mental, like, block, like something that's just going on. Like, I think a lot of times kids aren't rude just because they just want to be rude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know, but that's just my opinion. I wouldn't know.
I think, but marrying into it, you're the family now. You are the family, and so I think it's also like whether it's adopted or stepchild. If you're the father, if you're going
You're the father. Beat him.
yeah. Well, I don't really believe on beating either, but like
But I liked what JJL said. He said, "Yo, the person that I was with, she wasn't spanking the child.
Yeah.
So now that I'm in the picture, I'm following to what she already had set up, but she allows me to discipline in an appropriate manner, like talking and stuff. So
we went from
that's fine.
talking about Kanye to talking about beating kids.
Nah, facts.
hunch on my mom is crazy. I disagree with hitting with objects. It sounds too
Premeditated.
Who's
Well,
saying that?
so you would rather hit with your hand?
Yeah.
That's Danya?
And here's the thing. Here's the thing why I don't do hands. I remember one time my dad raised his hand in front of me
You
to grab
flinched.
something, and I flinched.
Yeah.
scared.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's
I would
psychological.
flinch. It messes. So I don't ever want my hand to be
Symbolize that.
symbolized as I'm a strike or anything like that. Like, and that was how it was for me. And I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
I also feel like it might be better to like premeditate the discipline rather than react.
Exactly.
That's
if you're,
what he's saying.
if you're acting off reaction, oh, you got me mad? What?
I kind of felt that. I'm not
You
gonna
know what I'm
lie.
saying? Like, I'm hot right now because it's like, if you're like, all right, that deserves, and honestly, I'm right now, me and Nevi, we're kind of locked in on white parenting. What's it called?
No,
Not white parent.
gentle parenting.
It's what white people do. It's gentle parenting. But gentle parenting
It's for gentle kids.
is for gentle kids. But gentle parenting mixed with Caribbean affirmation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Explain that to me.
so
He's writing a book.
it's not gonna be
Caribbean affirmation.
exactly. It's not gonna be, oh Henry, don't do that. No, stop it. Don't do that.
That
No,
weird
Henry. Henry, no.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be like, yo, Adonais, do you want to go in timeout, or do you want to lose all your privileges? Pick one. Do you want to be respectful, or do you want this consequence?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you want? Now we're gonna do a toddler. Oh, you don't want to eat? It's not. You're gonna eat. So we're not even gonna have that conversation. Do you want a strawberry or do you want a blueberry? Oh, Dada, I want strawberry. Fresa, por favor.
Oh,
He's on that. He's on that. He's on that.
You're on that too.
Yeah, I'm on that too, boy. So it's like, okay, here's the fresa. Here's the strawberry. So it's like you give them options. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Real quick, I know it's
Wait, before we move
9:53.
on, you explaining
We're gonna lose.
talking about Good Kid, Mad City to your son,
Go
like
for
you'll
it.
eventually do that, got me super excited for when I have a kid, because I cannot wait to show my kids the music that I love. But anyway,
Yeah.
go ahead. Whatever you're doing.
that's real. That's real. You don't even have to beat them. This is JJL speaking. You don't even have to beat them. Just let them know we not playing around if they get disrespectful, and let them know you mean it. Now that's facts. Don't beat them too much, but don't let them off the hook every time. Facts.
Yeah.
It's like they're advocating for Adonice right now. Mark said, "I'm punching your kid with my car."
Yo. Don't let Mark around you.
That's my brother-in-law.
He has to come in the picture.
Ricky, Danya, y'all choosing a black name or a brown name for your first
Who
kid?
said that?
JJL.
Bro, whoa.
At what age do you think your kid should have social media?
Oh,
Oh,
I'll say
dang.
14, 15.
14 is young.
Fif-
15.
Is that young?
Here's the thing.
That's when
I
we
don't
had
know,
it.
man. I'm like,
But
my
it
mind's
wasn't
all
as
jacked up.
as crazy as
You're right, because it was
now.
MySpace.
It wasn't
Yeah.
as crazy. You were really just talking to your friends.
Yeah.
But now-
even back then, it was just on the computer.
Yeah, it was on the computer. Now it's here's the thing.
My sense
You
of
can
time is
have
fast.
social media at 15, but I need the password.
100%. And I got
password.
that screen time. You only get
JJL said never.
I need the password, and we're blocking certain things,
Facts.
For sure.
certain words, certain different things like that. I'm scared, bro. I'm scared. All right, I wanna. There was a couple things I wanted to talk about, but I don't think we'll be able to get to them. So a question I do want to ask you guys. So, what do you guys think about Jaden Ivey? And before I ask you guys, I'm gonna share this. So Jaden Ivey is a basketball player that played on the Chicago Bulls. Really talented guy. He was killing on Detroit until he hurt himself. Then he ended up in Chicago. And he recently got cut from the team for speaking against the LGBTQ community. He's made comments about Steph Curry's not a real Christian. I don't know if I'm talking like that. And just a lot of
baby
other
talk.
comments. There's been sightings of him on the streets of Chicago, on the corner, sharing the gospel. Evangelizing. There have been comments of him when he was being asking reporters, are you sleeping outside of marriage? Like, asking him stuff like that, asking reporters before they talk to him, like, are you sleeping outside of marriage? Are you fornicating? Are you lusting? And just a lot of those things. When he was released, and he still gets to keep his $10 million. But he'd be on Instagram Live for hours. And not only that, he says that his wife and his family are saying that he's crazy. But
Wow.
at the end of the day,
His wife is saying that.
yeah.
Dang.
Not only that, but pretty much he's been very active in speaking about his faith as a Christian. This is a two-part question. Sorry, Nando, if we go over the.
Do
You're
you
good, you're
guys know who Jaden Ivey is or not?
Yeah.
I've kept
Because of this, I didn't know who it was before that.
So my question for you is, I think there's already been a lot of conversations on what do you think or da-da-da. But my question is, as you're answering on what you think, when you are working in a quote-unquote secular space, is there a balance that you need to have? when working in a secular space, or should you just say what you want, how you want, or talk to people any kind of way? And the other question is, do you think Jaden Ivey is going about this the right way?
I think the first you said that, and the first thing that came to my mind is that you have to exercise wisdom. So for some reason, the picture that came to my mind is actually Nehemiah. So you look at scripture. Well, not you, sorry.
Oh,
But you
I was
look
like,
at,
what did I do?
you look at scripture, and Nehemiah, his like day to day, his like actual occupation was to be cupbearer to the king, right? So that was like his title. That's what he was doing, like secularly. But he feels like this calling to go and rebuild the temple, or not the temple, but the walls around the city. And he goes and he prays about this. He goes, all right, let me go really approach God about this and see how this is going to go. And this is where it gets a little, I feel like it could go kind of other ways, because people say that they hear from God and this is what God told them. But I feel like that's why wisdom is surrounding yourself also by like good counsel, right? And understanding. But to keep with the story, he goes and he understands that what he's about to ask from the king at that time is like a big ask, Well, actually, I just realized he's just praying about it. The king asks him, like, what's wrong with you? You look a little bit sad. So he doesn't even initiate it. He's praying about it, but he lets I guess he puts it in God's hands, how I would imagine. The king asks him, why are you sad? And he says, essentially my city's broken, or it's the walls need to be rebuilt. I say that story to say that I think when you're in spaces, you need a lot of wisdom and you need to rely on God. I think a lot of times, and your counsel, like the people around you, make sure that they have wisdom into you. I don't know that you have to be like, if you're working in a, let's say you're working in sales and you're like, like I was thinking, Brian, when you worked at Harley, like if you're out there and every customer that's coming in, you're like, hey, I just want to talk to you about Jesus. It's like, hey, wisdom says this is probably not the right place to do that, even though you have passion and you have zeal. And then there's that moment, right, where like maybe you're talking to a customer and something's like burning inside you and you're like, man, I really feel like I got to share this with you. That's different. I feel like that's being led by God and the Spirit. But like if you're every customer that's coming in through the door, you're telling them about Jesus, you're going to get fired. Like that's not wise. Like there's a time and a place. And so I feel like as he's navigating this, it's hard to say, like to put black and white, because I don't know him. I don't know all the details. I mean, obviously, Kless gave us the cliff notes, but I'd say that wisdom is super important. And sometimes people just don't have that. Like they have zeal and they have passion, but they don't have wisdom. Yeah. And it's slow. I mean, that's what I would speak into that. So
I think I wrote this down a while ago. I'm a note taker, and so I always look at my notes. Well, I heard this and I wrote it back in last year. 10 ways to show your faith in the workplace. Number 1, be on time. Number 2, give your best effort. Number 3, watch your body language. Number 4, be prepared. Number 5, keep a positive attitude. 6, check on people when you don't need anything. 7, follow through. 8, be coachable. 9, talk positive about people behind their back. 10, do more than what's required. I think this is important because when we're talking about faith, it's not just speaking the gospel, it's showing what the gospel has done to me and revealing that in exceptional ways. It's not just speaking it. It's not just that, but like, how am I behaving in the workplace? So even with this, I think when we're talking about dialogue, even now, I'm actually on the opposite side of like, I'm not really for Christians being on sidewalks saying, repent now and you're going to go to hell. I'm not on that side. I think it's kind of distasteful, but also I'm on the side that I think it pushes people away. Can people get saved from that? Sure. But I wouldn't do that. With that being said, I think there's an honorable way and a positive way to show in the workplace. I know that you mentioned that he checks people, which is good too, but also if any time where he ends up falling into the same thing, then it looks bad on him as a Christian.
Yep.
And we're all in the same realm that we can fall into any of these things. So pointing a finger at someone, we all know if you're pointing a finger at someone, there's 4 fingers pointing back at you. And so in the same way, I also want to know, like, my biggest counsel is not what I say, but how I do things. Is he doing the right things? It's not just if his wife is saying he's going crazy, that's kind of tough to like back up.
Yeah, because she's seeing what's happening behind closed doors.
Yeah.
So
that's where it's kind of rough. I'm trying to read between the lines. I haven't really listened to a full dialogue of when he's speaking in public, but I have heard him sort of go on this monologue. And when it goes into a monologue, you're not really having a dialogue with someone. You're just saying what you remembered, and that's kind of hard. You kind of just letting people just pass by you. Is that good showman of faith? I don't know.
Yeah.
So. I think also, like, in my opinion, right? Not everybody is going to believe what you believe, right? Especially in the workplace. So when you're like, he's with reporters asking them, are you lusting outside of marriage? It's like, what if these people, they don't care about that, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that you can't have those conversations and try to bring people to the light, but for one, if they don't believe that, now you kind of just look like a jerk because you're just being judgmental.
Exactly.
For the sake of being judgmental. And then 2, you don't know these people. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they've gone through. So you being judgmental may cause some sort of block. Mm-hmm. You know? Like you said, you're on the street. Hey, repent now or you're going to hell. Something like that. Okay. Like, if that's the God you serve, I don't want to. Mm-hmm. You know, like, people think like that. So if somebody's like, if I'm saying to somebody, oh, yeah, are you having, oh, then I'm not answering your questions. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, this is how Christians act then.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Oh, they're just jerks. They're self-righteous, whatever. So I think with his whole situation, I think there's some good. I think there's a little more bad.
Yeah, so my take on this is more so, I think we can't use Jaden Ivey as a poster child for Christianity.
Sure.
And the reason why I'm saying that is you will know them by their fruits. Mm. Is he talking to them in love? Is he talking to them in tenderness and kindness? Yeah. Jesus was firm, but he was also tender and kind in how he talked to people, to the point where the religious people at the time were like, yo, this guy sits with prostitutes and all these people. Tax collectors and the scum of the earth. Like, why is he eating dinner with them? Why is he sitting around spending time with them? Would Jaden Ivey sit with those people?
Exactly.
Yeah, by his comments, it shows
it doesn't sound like he would.
It doesn't sound like he would. And I think there's a way to speak to people and show love to people who don't believe what you believe. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I have a good amount of friends that do not believe what I believe. But those same friends could look at me and say, man, if I can talk to a Klesso about the craziest thing and he'll give me solid advice. Mm-hmm. Obviously, he'll share what he believes, but he'll give me comforting advice, and he won't make me feel less than.
Yeah.
I think with the comments that Jaden Ivey is saying, he is bringing people down to put himself up.
Yeah.
Look at Steph Curry. He does this. He does that. He's not a real Christian.
Say he cursed.
But me,
question.
but me, I do this, and it's like, bro, like you're pulling someone down to lift yourself up,
to look more holier.
Mm-hmm.
To look, and it's like, bro, that's not. Mm-hmm. You're like a clanging gong. Mm-hmm. That's what the scriptures say. You're just a clanging gong.
Yeah, that's true.
You're looking at the speck in your brother's eye, but you got a plank in yours. Mm-hmm. You know, he was saying on his live, like, oh, my wife has come in my live multiple times, but she's not answering my calls. Your house is in disorder. How's your house in disorder and you're talking about?
Yeah.
So we cannot, I'm going to be clear with you. We cannot look at Jaden Ivey and be like, yo, this is the poster guy for Christianity. Because it's not. Because from what I've seen, the commentary
Commentary.
the commentary on Jaden Ivey from secular blogs have all been, man, this is why I don't mess with these religious folk.
Yeah.
Because they're judgmental. And it's like,
And they seem manic and crazy.
Well, and someone said that like
And
that might
here's
be
the
like
thing.
my bad.
yes, and that was my next point. I personally feel like Jaden Ivey is having a manic episode. And I'm sorry if this is like for people who are like super fired up by seeing Jaden Ivey be like unashamed, but to me that's not him being unashamed. To me that's him being hypocritical and manic. Like he's on live for just hours on hours of the day. Like when I had a family member that was dealing with a manic episode, they were doing the exact same things of how they were talking. That religious psychosis was the same way Jaden Ivey was talking. The same way that like his wife, like how she's on the live just looking and like not answering his phone calls because it's just hysteria.
Yeah.
Is the same way, you know what I'm saying, I was when I had a family member going through that as well. So, and it's like your family saying one thing about you and you're doing another, and then you just being random and being extra and doing too much. That's a manic episode. You being fixated on one thing, that's a manic episode. Like eyes, like when you're on the live, you see his eyes kind of like, and just kind of like random and just be. That's a manic episode. So I don't want people to look at Jaden Ivey and be like, yo, this is a poster child. Where really it might be someone who's having a manic episode. And not only that, he probably got, I think at the time he got waived, he was dealing with injury. And it's like he's being more of a distraction than a help, you know? So it's like, all right, this guy is just wild, and we can't have him on the team. He's not even contributing, you know? So it's like, to me, the Jaden Ivey isn't something to celebrate. It's actually, to me, it's something that's sad.
Yeah.
I think it's sad. I think it's a guy who needs help.
Yeah.
And I think some Christians are taking the little bit of what they know and championing it.
Yeah.
And then where it's actually, this is not the guy. This is not the guy to champion.
They're taking it and running with it. Oh, look at the Christian. Look, we're being persecuted, and I don't think this is a good example of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, there are some people who are going to look at this Jaden Ivey situation and not see the manic, not see the other stuff, and like be very encouraged to be bold about their faith, which is good. I think God can strike a straight blow with a bent stick. But if we look at the totality of it,
Bars.
I don't think this isn't the guy. This isn't the guy. And I'm sorry if that makes you feel torn, or you know what I'm saying, but it's like, this isn't the guy, you know. I think we as Christians are to be more loving and tender when dealing with people. I think the time where we're supposed to be like extremely fierce and like very direct and quote unquote judgmental is when it comes to other Christians.
Yeah, I mean that's I was gonna say that earlier, but I feel like the times that Jesus was most aggressive was literally towards the religious leaders,
Yeah.
and like the people that he was ministering to, which were like the people that were in poverty, the people that were in need. He was just ministering to them, like, you know, and obviously there's occasions where he said, "Hey, you're healed. Go, repent and sin no more." Stuff like that. But it was never like, well, first of all, he did something for him usually, you know, like he established his authority, like whether it was healing them through something miraculous, and it's like, okay, wow, I just got blessed by you. You did something for me. What do I do now? Now I can speak into your life because I got you. But I'm not coming here first and telling you to repent. And it's like, who is this guy? It's more like, let me serve you, because that's what he says he came to do, right? To serve above everything else. Serve you. And then now that you see my life, or now that I have, you know, obviously Jesus is the ultimate example, but it's like, now that I've shown you my authority, now I can speak into you. So I feel like that's the danger of sometimes taking something and and not really analyzing it from. But I mean, I feel like I'm learning from all y'all right now, like about the situation and how to. I think it's so hard because we live in this like day and age where something catches fire, and there's no way to control it anymore. That narrative runs, and the algorithm will show certain clips to the certain people that feed onto that, and and it's just so hard for it to have more conversations like this, that are a little bit more rounded and thoughtful. But.
Yeah, I think one of the phrases that we say, I say all the time is we collect before we correct. And so it's in the same tone and language as we want to understand where you're at before we correct you. In the same way, like, you need to repent from what? You don't know what I believe in, right?
Yeah.
And so it's sort of like walking in the process, like you mentioned, like ministering before. And so us as Christians, I do think that we can be harsh to new believers. We've seen it with Kanye. We've seen it with Suicide Boys. We've seen it with Jelly Roll. Yeah. And we've seen it with, the list goes on, right? And I don't think Jaden Ivey is outside of the spectrum, but I also believe when it comes to it, it's the people around him. We can have our things, but also, like, he has to understand, like, are you being counseled by the right people? Are you going to church? Or are you against it because you feel like it's, what's the word I'm looking for? Dismantled, right? Like, do you believe in the capital C church? Do you believe in being constantly ministered to as well? Or you're the one that wants to hold the mic, right? Like, the spotlight isn't on us. It's like, okay, you know what? Like, right now, I'm having too much of the spotlight. The spotlight has to be on Jesus. And I know that can translate while we're talking. But man, like, right now, if my time to speak about Jesus is by being outside of the spectrum and having a hiatus, that speaks more volume. I'm getting the help I need. I'm going to step back from social media for a bit. Man, this guy's getting help. I'm praying for that. And us as Christians could be praying for that. We understand where he's at. But all that to say, before we end, we got to do a little fit check too.
Oh, yeah.
I need to see that.
Let's wrap it with the fit check, yo. We're over time.
I need to see the fit.
Way over time. We are 47 minutes over time.
Way over time.
Not 47.
No. No, we're 15 minutes over.
Oof.
Oh, an hour and a
But
half.
we're going to end the segment and
There's 2 hours?
Fit
Talk to Me
check.
Foolie with...
I see what you're saying.
See that fit check, brother.
All right, so let's go straight from. Obviously, I want to go for more of an Easter fit. So we got the crochet beanie on.
Oh, snap. Crochet that
Vintage
thing.
crochet beanie with the pastel colors.
Talk to me,
Going with
Foolie.
it. Going straight to it. Vintage
designer?
frames, pink shades on it. Oh my gosh,
That beanie designer, bro?
The beanie is vintage. I got it from eBay. I got inspiration from this other designer called Nick Fouquet. And the beanie sold out. I was like, man, I got to get something like this. I just searched it on Google. I was like, or on eBay. I'm like, I'm getting that. Namia's jacket, on the back it says Miracle Academy. We know who the big miracle is. And so we got that. I want to talk about the shirt real quick. I don't wear the shirt.
The jacket is crazy.
I do
I'll
want
give
to
you
talk about the
$20.
shirt. The jacket was actually a gift. But the shirt, I want to talk about this because this, I don't wear it because it's not really my style anymore. But because of everything going on with the pastels, the colorfulness, this is an off-white shirt that I made with Virgil. So it's a one of one. Only I have it. I made it with him. And so it's a
This man famous. This man made it with Virgil.
So I ended up sending you the clip too, but because of time we can't show it. So this
Show the clip.
let's show the clip. So we have an off-white right here. It was a social
I'm gonna
studies
airdrop it to
for
you.
Basel, and so it was different screen prints. So on this side we have No Vacancy In. You probably know him as Denim Tears. His brand before Denim Tears was No Vacancy In. That's Tremaine Emery. On this side we have Union, which is Chris Gibbs, and then do I have anything in the back? Yeah, Awake, which is.
So some of them are asking who Virgil is.
Oof, Virgil is the pioneer of switching the lanes of what high fashion looked like and making it more accessible to streetwear. Kanye was a pillar to it, but we never saw it on the realm of where Virgil took Louis Vuitton, not only Louis Vuitton, but Off-White. And before Off-White was Pyrex. And we could go more into that. But because of that, Virgil was in the same... Virgil and Kanye are both from Chicago. There's this guy named Just Don that was sort of like this connection for both of them. And they're all from Chicago. And so when we're talking about it, he has a clip here. This is a little bit of the segment.
And Virgil tragically passed away.
Passed away. And because of that, he talked a little bit more about what it looks like to live life in full throttle. He gave all the information out. So there's different screen prints here. It's some name drops as well that you probably know. There's Kerwin Frost in there. There's also... who did I see there? I saw Brick Owens. So if you're into any type of streetwear, these are the names that you should know.
Brick or Rick?
Brick Owens.
Brick Owens.
Yeah. He has a brand called Beastroy. So I was part of that, man. I'm so grateful to be in the room. And so when we're looking at this clip, we see Virgil sort of just chilling a little bit. I was like, I'm taking this video because I don't know when the next time I see him. And so he did like a little workshop of what the history of T-shirts back in New York with him and Angelo Bacche, which was also Awake, but he was also the creative director for Supreme. Anyways, long story short, I had the opportunity, and so as we go through this clip as well, you'll see where he's just chilling. Hey, I love it.
Why don't you just open it? Why don't you just double tap?
I opened it, but it's the bind to show it on screen.
Nice.
Okay.
So the cool thing while he's just doing this is there's different screen print areas and where they're all kind of already pre-made, and so you can just go to any screen and just kind of do it yourself. And so this right here, I got this idea from Brick Owens. He did something similar. It's like, man, that looks cool. I like this little double action right here. So we ended up doing that. And then also I wanted to show this as well because we're talking about Kanye. We're talking about what it looks like. We have this shirt signed by Virgil, signed by Angelo Bacche, signed by Chris Gibbs, St. Louis. And so I had the opportunity to have all of them sign it. Heron Preston as well, I think, is there too. So there's a whole bunch of people that was in that event.
We're actually giving away this shirt
that on our Patreon.
For our Patreon. So
yeah, once we get a sponsorship. But because of that, I wanted to talk about the shirt. I don't wear this shirt, but man, this is in my archives of some of the coolest things I've ever done.
Yeah. Talk about the pants and the shoes, bro.
Oh, my bad. I forgot. And so going with the whole Off-White vibe, this is also Off-White jeans made by Baby Brush. So as we can see, it's like a, what's the word? Airbrush?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Airbrush going all around with a snake on going to my buttocks. You'll see a little apple, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Apple or peach?
I think it's apple, if I'm not mistaken.
looks like an apple.
And so we got a little bit of the leaves coming on this side. And then something else over here, a flame.
They don't fade when it wash?
No, I've been wearing these. And then on the bottom, we just got some vintage bunny boots, they're called.
Hey, put the boots on the table.
Yeah. What are these boots, bro? You kind of look like a cartoon
They look
character.
like
Yes.
Mario.
Yeah.
So these boots are vintage military boots. These are dated 1974, I believe.
What the
And so they're
heck?
winter
What
boots.
war were
Are
we
they
on?
comfortable?
1970?
Vietnam.
That's why we lost.
Personally, I love these
What?
boots. In the fashion world, these are called bunny boots. There's also an all-black version that's called Mickey boots. And so you'll see some references. Ralph Simmons did their own version of this. And Kanye wore these a couple of times as well. But I wore them before him.
Are they comfortable?
Wow.
Yes, they are made for winter boots.
So what war were
they're
we in
negative.
1974?
I have no idea. I think
We were
probably-
in Vietnam and we lost that war.
Let's see.
Wow.
Let me see.
Oh, that's why you said we got cooked. Because our shoes were off.
This is 87. Oof, I'm a little bit off. September 8th.
So-
1987.
A little bit.
So if you
Oh,
guys
77.
Oh, okay, 77. Yeah, it's Vietnam.
So if you guys are tapped in with Brian is one of our hosts on Talk To Me Foolie, a very great friend of mine. For these next few videos or music that we've done, so Out of Time, the fit I was wearing was styled by Brian Altamar. The shoot that I did for He Did It with Ty Brazzle, my song dropping April 17th. He styled me for that shoot too. This next shoot that I'm going to be doing with No Big Deal for our song called Investment, that's dropping later.
Crazy song.
He's going to be styling that.
That's right.
We're giving a sneak peek.
So yeah, actually, you guys are the only people to hear that first. But with that being said, this is our time. Every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
8-ish.
8-ish.
No.
8 p.m.
We're trying to do better.
We're gonna get better.
We're gonna get better, but every Monday at 8, we're gonna be talking, through different things that are happening on in the culture, and we're gonna be answering some of the stuff that's going on in the chat. Every week, Brian is gonna have a fit of the day. You know what I'm saying? But we just want to be, we just want to talk, man. We just want to share what God is doing in our life, share our perspective. Someone asked earlier, has there been another religion you guys thought through? I'll answer that real quickly. Man, for me, when it came to faith, my dad was a quote-unquote Christian, but he abandoned me at 12. You know what I'm saying? And I saw that, and I'm like, there's no way I ever want to be a Christian. But what I realized was my issue wasn't with, God. My issue was always with people and failed people. So all that to say is, at that time, I looked at all these other religions. I did research.
He was about to be a Black Hebrew Israelite.
Close.
They almost got me.
We barely snatched it.
But I realized that, when it comes to Christianity, seeing and understanding, just the truth of what comes from the Bible and studying it for myself is what really shifted my perspective and realizing it. Like, my issue was never with people. It was never with God. It was with people. And that's just like a brief little thing. But today was a great day, man. If you want to go back and watch the whole thing, man, we talked about
Kanye.
Talked about Kanye and his tech
Jaden
design.
Ivey.
We talked about vaccines.
Hitting kids.
We talked about discipline.
Parenting.
We talked about RFK.
Music, secular music.
Music, sacred versus secular.
Yeah.
We talked about a lot of stuff. So if you didn't watch the whole podcast, please do. This is going to go fully live on YouTube. And we're actually going to chop up every segment into different pieces on our YouTube. We're going to be sharing it on our social media. And shout out to my dog TK, man, for everything he's been doing.
Sir.
Shout out TK.
Shout out TK.
Shout out TK. Clap it up for TK.
Clap it up for TK.
We're going to this out.
Do me a favor, y'all. Like this
If you're on
and
YouTube,
subscribe. Follow. All that good stuff, please. I appreciate it.
And remember, you are fully clothed and fully loved. We're out. See you next Monday, 8 p.m.